Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way, and we got no reason to wait. Let the journey take you where it wants to. We'll continue to find our way through anything we face. We got what it takes. Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Hug Your People, week 1. This week we're going from North Myrtle Beach to Jordan Lake, North Carolina. My name is Kevin.
My name is Suzanne.
And we are on the highway to Hugs with Hug Your People. And our dog Royce, who you might encounter at some point in this video, and our son Bax is in there. So week 1, what'd you think?
It was fun.
We had a lot of fun. We learned a lot every time we go because we have never been camping before. And so every time we go out, we learn something. What was your big lesson in week 1?
Well, I was a little bit nervous about going to a state park that doesn't have full hookups, and so I was a little bit nervous about having to conserve water. I like a nice long shower. I don't like to do laundry, but I like to stay up with my laundry, and then doing dishes and everything. I don't really like to use one-time use plates and cups and everything. I know it's bad for the environment, but it
felt more like camping.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like we were not ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but the good news was we pulled up and it was absolutely beautiful. It was totally worth it.
It was. I think it was our first experience where we pulled up and we opened up, like, this is our living area. We opened all the windows and we were like, wow, we can see the lake, we can see the trees. And it was like what we probably had envisioned in our mind that camping would probably be.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big thing for both of us and for Bax too. You know, Bax got to swim in, he called it a pond. It was a lake, but he wanted to swim in the pond. So that was it was a great experience. You know, everywhere we stop, as you know, we do give a wagon to a kid. Susan Bax, another lesson we learned is that the truck won't fit into most parking garages, or not easily, and we've got to be careful of that. Mm-hmm. So Susan Bax got to meet MADDOX. How was meeting MADDOX? What was your first, like, this isn't our first wagon, this was like number 46, but this was the first one on this Highway to Hugs trip. Mm-hmm. How was your experience?
Yeah, so it was really fun getting to know MADDOX. We connected through Instagram, and he's a little 3-year-old boy. He's being treated, he was at Duke, and now he's at UNC Chapel Hill. He is getting treatment for leukemia. He was diagnosed in October of 2020. He's doing pretty well, but of course, as anyone can expect, you know, chemo, it can really knock you down, but he was so adorable. We ended up meeting in the parking lot before. With COVID, it's a little bit different. You can't really go up into the room and go deliver a wagon. So I met his mom outside right before they had a long clinic day. And he is so adorable. He is just a happy little 3-year-old that got super excited to see some toys. So it was really fun. I think Bax had fun. You know, he wanted to open everything right then and there, so that's what we did in the parking lot. And he was really happy. I think it brought a smile to his face. And
it's always, you know, we get frustrated from time to time in the camping life and learning and not knowing what we know. And that's always the point where we go, oh, we can put up with whatever we've had to put up with that day. That's just always the point. So it was really fun to have that first wagon under our belt and to meet MADDOX and his mom. Go support MADDOX strong out there if you can. You know, I think that really was the big thing that we learned. We're learning how our process works. You know, with Hug Your People, you guys support us in giving the wagons, and so, you know, we have to buy the wagons, have it shipped somehow, some way. We have to go to Target or Walmart or somewhere like that. This is not a sponsored video yet, Target and Walmart. right? So, but we have to go to those stores at some point along the way and buy the things for the wagon. So I think we're learning our process a little bit when it comes to that. Suze did a really great job of locating MADDOX, because when we pulled into Jordan Lake, Raleigh, North Carolina, we hadn't met anyone yet that needed a wagon. So we were a little nervous. We were like, great, first stop. This is how this is going to go. We don't have anybody. We're not going to help anybody. We just bought a fifth wheel, sold our house, and here we are. But she did a really great job of finding people that need, that want a wagon, and we're able to help. You know, I think that was the big thing. So how is the travel? Like so when we travel, our travel days, this is a big question for a lot of people. Our travel days, we try not to travel too far. Like 250, 300 miles is probably our threshold, because we have a dog, a 6-year-old, us, and we're driving a giant camper. It just takes a little more attention. How was travel day for you?
Well, it's nice for me. I just sit back and enjoy. For you, it's probably a little bit different. And
that's not true. She doesn't really, she sits back, but she's really working on Hug Your People. So it takes about 4 hours for us to drive that far, 4 to 5 hours. So those 4 or 5 hours, you know, we've got a hotspot that comes with us. So Suze is in the back with Bax working on Hug Your People, and Bax is watching his stuff. He'll be doing school at some point. And Royce is in the front with me. You can probably hear him stomping around the camper and shaking the camera. So it really is. Travel day is not an off day for us. It's very much break down the campsite, get everything hooked up. We drive our home 4 hours, 5 hours away. We get it set back up, and in the drive, Suze is taking care of Hug Your People and our mission there. So I think it went really well. I was surprised that Royce was in shotgun, to be honest with you. I was surprised that he was in the front seat, but it seemed like it worked okay.
Yeah.
You know.
It's good to be close to Bax. We can play games and stuff in the back seat.
Yeah, it really is. So week 1, you'll see all the videos, everything we did at Jordan Lake. Suze and Bax went to the museum. We got to meet up with some old friends. We got to cook outside. Royce got to run and fetch the ball, which he loves to do.
And swim in the pond.
And swim in the pond. You know,
maybe that's why he calls it a pond.
Could be. But so we got to do really fun stuff. Jordan Lake is a really beautiful place that's really close to the city. So we were 20 minutes away from restaurants and shopping and things like that, but we were really in the middle of nowhere. I think one of the most amazing things that happened, I think we'll both agree on this, is that we were in a very isolated part of Jordan Lake, and we met some of the most amazing people at the state park who donated 3 wagons. Flamingo Crew, we see you out there. We love you. Thank you so much. And that really was the eye-opener for us, is that because we got the rig wrapped, because we're sharing the Hug Your People story, that people are they're wanting to talk about it, and we love that. So without that, this doesn't make any sense, right?
Right.
So we're gonna try to do a video like this every week. We really are, that kind of document not only our adventures, but the kids, the wagons. Suze will have Hug Your People updates as we go. Also, make sure you check out our podcast. We just put a new episode out today. Suze and I did.
Cried a lot.
Got really emotional. So the YouTube will be where we really show you the upbeat, positive stuff. There'll be some things that happen. We really dive deep on those conversations on the podcast. So make sure you're going to iTunes, Spotify, Hug Your People podcast. Subscribe to that. That's really where you'll get the 45 minutes of us talking about what happened that week. So we're glad you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the
bell for notifications.
Yes. Okay. Where's Bax? Bax normally does that. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, if that's even a thing anymore. But really, what we want to do is thank you for being here. This is our first video. So thank you for being here. We're going to put one out every week. We're going to a new spot about every week. So there'll be new adventures, new people, new wagons, new everything.
Yay.
Yay. So we say it all the time. Hug your people.
Hug your people.
Hug your people. See you guys next time.
I like that we have space, and I like it that it has a beach so I can swim in it.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins. Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds. We're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming.